legislation as a source of law, right? Now, this is one of the most modern sources of law, and generally, when we talk about sources of law, the first image that comes to our mind is of the legislation, because a formal procedure of lawmaking lies within the legislature. So, the term legislature is derived from two words, legis and latum. Legis means law and latum means set. Therefore, the word legislation means making of law. The importance of legislation as a source of law can be measured from the fact that it is backed by the authority of the sovereign. Another factor which contributes to the importance of legislation as a source of law is because it is backed by the authority of the sovereign. मतलब इसके पीछे जो अथॉरिटी होती है वो सॉवरन की होती है. वो सॉवरन क्या है? वो सॉवरन रूलर है आपका. वो लॉ भी हो सकता है, वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी हो सकता है, और वो उस स्टेट या उस कंट्री की पॉपुलेशन भी हो सकती है. द एक्सप्रेशन लेजिस्लेशन हैज बीन यूज्ड इन वेरियस सेंसेस. इट इंक्लूड्स every method of lawmaking. In this strict sense, it means laws enacted by sovereign or any other person or institution authorized by him. Okay. Now, if we talk about kinds of legislation, this chart explains the various kinds of legislations, right? So, the legislation can be divided into two main categories. Supreme legislation, which is the laws passed by the parliament, and subordinate legislation. Further, law can be classified into various categories like the autonomous laws, judicial rules, local law, rule by panchayats like and panchayati raj institutions, colonial laws which were made during the colonial rule of the Britishers, then executive legislation. Right? We'll go in detail one by one. So when we talk about supreme legislation, it is the law enacted by the legislation, which can be called the parliament. Like India, it is called parliament. In Britain, it is called parliament. In US, it is called Congress, and so on. So these laws are directly enacted by the sovereign. It is considered the supreme legislation because there is a backing of the sovereign authority in those laws which are actually made by the legislation. That's why it is called supreme legislation, right? And another feature, that no other authority except sovereign authority itself can control or check it. There is no other check on the laws made by the supreme legislation. Therefore, this is another factor that they are called supreme legislation. The laws enacted by the British Parliament fall in this category. The British Parliament is considered as sovereign. The laws enacted by the Indian Parliament also fall in this category. However, in India, the parts of the Parliament are regulated and controlled by the Constitution, though the laws enacted by it are not under the control of any other legislative body. ठीक है. थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस इंडियन पार्लियामेंट और ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट में सिर्फ ये है कि ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट ही सॉवरन है, लेकिन हमारी इंडियन पार्लियामेंट इज नॉट सॉवरन. इट इज अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Right? Now, moving ahead, next we have subordinate legislation. When we talk about subordinate legislation, it is the legislation which is made by the authority, any authority which is subordinate to the supreme legislative or supreme legislative body or sovereign legislative authority. वो लॉज जो कि कोई ऐसी और सबॉर्डिनेट अथॉरिटी बनाती है जो कि सुप्रीम और सॉवरन अथॉरिटी के अंडर काम करती है, दैट इज व्हाट वी मे कॉल सबॉर्डिनेट लेजिस्लेशन. इट इज इनैक्टेड अंडर द डेलीगेटेड अथॉरिटी ऑफ द सॉवरन. तो सॉवरन जो होता है या सॉवरन जो बॉडी है वो अपनी लॉ मेकिंग की अथॉरिटी इन सबॉर्डिनेट बॉडीज को लॉ मेकिंग के लिए दे देती है और फिर वो उस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड में या उस पर्टिकुलर कैटेगरी में लॉज बना सकते हैं. द ओरिजिन, वैलिडिटी, एग्जिस्टेंस एंड कॉन्टिन्यूस of such legislation depends on the will of the sovereign authority. अब वो लॉज कितने, उनका ओरिजिन कैसे होगा, कितने वैलिड होंगे, कैसे एग्जिस्ट करेंगे और उनका कंटिन्यूशन कैसे चलेगा, ये सब कुछ डिपेंड करेगा सॉवरन अथॉरिटी पे। सबऑर्डिनेट लेजिस्लेशंस जो है उनको फर्दर हम कई कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि ऑटोनॉमस लॉज। ये वो लॉज है जो कि ऑटोनॉमस बॉडीज जो कि सॉवरन के अंडर एग्जिस्ट करती हैं, जैसे हमारी कंट्री के अंदर हमारी स्टेट के अंदर जो सॉवरन बॉडीज एग्जिस्ट करते हैं वो अपने अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को चलाने के लिए जो लॉज बनाते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल आप कह सकते हो यूनिवर्सिटीज, कंपनीज, ठीक है, इस तरह की जो अब इनके अपने लॉज बनाते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी कोई लॉज बना रही है तो दे आर नॉट लॉज विच मे कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट द प्रोविजन ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और द contradict the provisions of the laws made by the legislature. They are in accordance to that. Therefore, they are called autonomous laws because they are given these autonomous bodies. They can make laws, but only as far as the administration of a particular university or a company is concerned. Judicial rules. In some countries, judiciary is conferred with the power to make rules for their administrative procedures. For instance, under the Constitution of India, Supreme Court, High Court have been conferred with such kind of power. When judiciary makes separate laws for its own administration, like in India also, Supreme Court, High Court, District Court, they are separate from legislature and executive, and therefore they have the full authority to make laws to regulate their own business. Local laws. These are the laws which are and bylaws which are made for the administration of local governments or local bodies like panchayats. For example, in our Constitution, 73rd and 74th Amendment was done to give constitutional status to panchayat, and therefore all the laws which are there to regulate the local government come or fall in this category. Colonial laws are those laws which actually were practiced during the colonial period. For example, there are certain laws which were very important and significant which are still followed in our country, like the Government of India Act 1935 gave a framework of the Constitution of India. Although we got independence in 1947, but there was a framework which was designed before the independence that what kind of constitution we are going to make for India. So that is what we can say is the colonial laws. And then laws made by the executive. Now it is not that all the laws are made by legislature. At times executive also makes laws. How? उनको delegate कर दी जाती है पावर। लेजिस्लेचर अपना लॉ मेकिंग अथॉरिटी जो है वो एग्जीक्यूटिव को दे देती है फॉर सर्टन स्पेसिफिक एरिया, उसको हम बोलते हैं डेलीगेटेड लेजिस्लेशन, और उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में एग्जीक्यूटिव के पास अथॉरिटी होती है कि वो लॉ मेकिंग कर सकती है. So the laws are supposed to be enacted by the sovereign, and sovereign may be vested in the authority, sovereignty may be vested in the authority, or it may be distributed among the various organs of the government. In modern states, sovereignty is generally divided between the three organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary, but the prime responsibility of law making lies with the legislature, while the executive is vested the responsibility of implementing the laws. But legislature delegates some of its law making power to the executive organ, which are also termed as delegated legislation. तो मैंने आपको ये बताया था. Therefore, it deals with only a fundamental part of the legislation, and wide discretion has been given to the executive to fill in the gaps. तो लेजिस्लेचर ने तो लॉ बना दिया, जब एग्जीक्यूटिव उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करती है तो उसमें कई गैप्स होते हैं, उसको फिल इन करने का काम करते हैं ये डेलीगेटेड लेजिस्लेशन से. और फिर कई टेक्निकलिटीज हैं, और लेजिस्लेचर के पास पॉसिटी ऑफ टाइम है, टाइम की कमी है, और कई बार इमरजेंसी में लॉ की जरूरत होती है, तो इसमें इतना टाइम नहीं होता कि लेजिस्लेचर को वो पूरा प्रोसेस फॉलो करके वो लॉ बनाए. तो इसलिए डेलीगेटेड लेजिस्लेशन में कुछ अथॉरिटी लॉ मेकिंग की एग्जीक्यूटिव को दे दी जाती है, सो दैट दे कैन मेक लॉज. Right? So that's it in this topic.